Hi guys. Happy Saturday. I didn't even realize today was Saturday, like for real. I thought it was still the week. Until later, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it is Saturday. So hopefully you guys are having a good weekend. I'm enjoying myself and all that good stuff. I just wanted to wish you guys a good weekend at least. Even though I didn't even know it was the weekend. It's so funny because I've already had like a crazy morning again, but I'm awake, so I just decided to come talk to you guys. I was thinking from last time I actually did my video with you guys, and how I was speaking a little bit about how your mind is really powerful, right? And I think I learned how like powerful like your mind is whenever I would go to the beach a lot, you know. And it's so crazy because like I don't know, when I would go to the beach back in the day, you know, when I first started to go, I noticed certain things that would happen when I would go to the beach, and it kind of startled me a little bit, but I still kind of like, I didn't freak out or anything like that, but I noticed I could do certain things. Like if I would think of like certain things, it would manifest really fast at the beach, right? So like one thing I noticed at the beach was like when I would go to the water would go crazy, right? It seemed like it would go really fast and do all this crazy things. And you know, at the time I'd be like, I didn't really think too much into it, you know. I was just like, okay, that's weird, you know. But the more that I went back, you know, the stronger it became. And I remember I would stand in the water a lot, and all these waves would like go crazy, like even further into the ocean. Like you could see the waves like increasing in size, and it would just get bigger and bigger. And the more that I would look at it, it seemed like the huger it would get, because I would think of it being huge, you know. Like I would see the waves, and then the more that I would look at it and imagine it being bigger, it seemed like it would manifest, right? And so I'd be like, this is crazy. And so the more that I would practice it and go back to the beach and do certain things, the more I realized that my mind was really powerful. And so I would start playing with it, around with it, like, okay, you know, especially with the waves being huge, you know, I would think of it and it would occur, it would manifest that fast. Or I would think of rainbows, and then I would look up and there would be a rainbow. Or I would think of the sky turning a certain color, like a dark purple or blue or certain colors, and it would actually manifest later on that day, you know, without me even thinking too hard into it, you know. But it's because my mind, you know, my mindset, you know. And so, or me believing that it could happen, and it really would happen, you know. And so over time I learned like your mind is really powerful. And around that time I wasn't even getting any information as far as like doing any research regarding it, or because that was like before I even started like learning the ancient Egyptian teachings, or the hermetic teachings or anything like that. So that was way before that, you know. So whenever the material did fall upon my lap, you know, it actually made more sense to me. And so I applied it to my life more. And the more that I applied it, the more I realized that how powerful your mind is, right? And so over time I would like research certain things, because that's what I do. And so you know, I was learning how the ancient Egyptians, how they knew a lot of knowledge, like internally and externally. They knew a lot of things, you know, especially like knowledge within themselves and knowledge outside of themselves, like the universe and everything, right? And you know, that's why they created certain systems to kind of like help their society understand how to raise their conscious states, their mental states to a certain level to be able to do certain things, right? Because they knew that the universe was all mental, right? So everything is mental. The universe is mental. And so with the universe being mental, and you are actually able to learn how to transmute your mental, mentally, then it's over time you'll be able to learn how to mentally change certain things in more grosser forms, if that makes sense. So like through nature. And that's pretty much what I've been speaking on, you know, how you can do certain things mentally, pretty much by manifesting through nature, right? But it's all about your mental states, because that's how you can manifest more grosser objects, is through nature, right? But there's a certain way that you have to do it to be able to get to that level, and that is increasing your conscious states, you know, to a certain conscious state of conscious, to where it's more subtle for you to actually manifest through nature. So a lot of the ancient Egyptians, they created certain systems, such as the Shabbat, or I think the Tree of Life is one of them, to be honest, because when I was researching that one, and I actually go by the Tree of Life too, it teaches you how to increase your mental states as far as your conscious levels go, right? And the more that you evolve mentally, especially with your conscious states, the more that you'll be able to be more as far as being a part of everything, because we all are a part of the universe, because we all have a part of God within us, right? And so if the universe is all mental, and we are all a part of, and we understand that we're not just separate from the universe, and we're just not here just to be here, and that we're all connected, especially to the universe, which is mental, then once you increase your conscious states to a certain level, then you'll be able to manifest as far as through nature, right? With your mind, if that makes sense. And it's crazy, because I guess like they're saying, like a lot of the ancient writers and everything, they would actually speak about this within their research, you know, their mystical experiences that they would have. But they didn't really give a lot of instructions on how to be able to manifest through nature with your mind, right? And so, but that's what they would speak about whenever they would write about it, you know, but they didn't give a lot of instructions on how to do it. So then I think back to like the Tree of Life, and how it kind of teaches you how to embody certain energies through nature to be able to manifest through nature, if that makes sense. Or like increase your conscious states to where you are a part of everything, to be able to manifest through nature, through everything, pretty much. Because if you understand that we're all connected, and we're not just here alone, you know, then you'll understand how you can help control certain things through nature too, because we're all a part of everything. Like the grass, the air, the clouds, the trees, water, all of that. But you have to raise your conscious states to a certain level to be able to manifest your nature that way, you know. And then I always think back to even like the History Channel and things of that sort, you know, how they would talk about like how they didn't understand how certain ancient Egyptians, or just certain tribes, were able to do certain things, because they didn't really have the tools that we have nowadays to be able to do certain things. Like I remember there was when I was watching, they were like I guess they had made, I forget which civilization it was, but they had like this weird temple, and then it was like the door inside the temple was cut like in a specific way to where it was really sharp and so even to where they were just like, how do they even get the tools to like have this this entry, you know, like how they cut it, you know, like what tools did they use? They didn't have any tools back then for that. Like it was impossible, you know, or just certain things that they would build. Even the pyramids, they still don't even really know how they built it so like perfect, you know, or just in general, they don't even know pretty much the use of it, you know, because it was all like kind of hidden in a way. But there are certain things that they're kind of confused still on, especially with like certain structures and how they were built and things of like of that sort, you know, especially without them having certain tools, you know. So what I was thinking to myself is like, what if they were able to do certain things because they knew how to do certain things and manifest through nature, you know, with their minds, you know, who knows. But that's why they always say, like in the History Channel, like how they feel like extraterrestrials probably help them build certain structures, because it don't make sense. It's like, how do they even get this cut, or like how they move this ton of bricks over here, you know, just by their own bodies. Like they have to use something, you know, or there's something else to it that we just don't really know too much about, because it was probably lost over time, or not touched on, or they didn't really give too much instructions on how they were able to do certain things back then, you know. And so whenever I read more information regarding their societies and stuff and how they were able to prosper and things of that sort, I learned more about like their mental states and how they're able to manifest through nature with their mentalities, or with their mentals, you know. And so to change certain things and manifest through creation, through actual objects and objects of nature, pretty much. And so the more that I actually studied the Tree of Life too, because I mean the Kabbalion too, it teaches you certain things like that too, but the Tree of Life as well, like it's all combined, it's all like, it's all connected pretty much. And so as I was studying like the Tree of Life too, you know, from like the more grosser forms to the more subtle form of existence, you know, it kind of makes more sense to me, especially as far as elevating your conscious levels, right? Because you can't really do certain things if you're not aware of like elevating your conscious states, right? So you have to be like at a certain conscious state to be able to manifest through nature. And it seems like they teach you that through the Tree of Life too, you know, of how to increase your conscious states to a certain level to be able to manifest through nature. And it's crazy, but it's true, you know. And it's weird because I was doing certain things without even knowing, like, that was before I even came across the information. So I was just like, how's the water going crazy? Like, if I even think of like a wave, or think of like it being really huge or anything of that sort, it'll just manifest. And then now it's like I don't really have to do anything but just be there, and it just happens, you know, because I've been doing that so long, you know. But I think it's because, well, first of all, the knowledge, of course, that I've received on how to do certain things like that, you know. But on top of that, there's other factors that you have to put into play, as far as like your mental states, of course, your heart, of course, and your intentions too, that you put out into the universe, right? So you can't really put out negativity into the universe and expect to manifest good things, right? So you have to like have your actions match your heart. So that's why it's good to purify your heart, so that way it'll actually work, because it's not going to work if your heart's not pure, and if you have like like ill intentions, if that makes sense, because the universe is going to know, right, regardless, and it's just not going to work out the way it's supposed to. So that's why it's important to purify your heart first, and so that way your actions can match up with your heart, and whatever actions that you put out into the universe, of course, that comes back to you. So if you're putting out good energy, then that's going to come back to you. Anything you put out is going to come back, so it's good to have good intentions, right? But on top of that, it's good to evolve spiritually so you can understand and have the knowledge, which is power, to be able to manifest through nature. Right? So it's good to raise your conscious states, your levels of consciousness, to be able to manifest through nature. It'll make sense over time for you guys, but yeah, it's just like a certain formula, it seems like, that you have to actually be able to do it, you know. And it's just a lot of things that you actually have to do and be to be able to do certain things like that. But that's why they created certain systems within our society to teach their people on how to like raise their conscious states and understand that, you know, they're all a part of everything. Like, we're all a part of everything. And once you understand that part, then it's easier for you to manifest through anything once your conscious states are heightened, you know. So it might be confusing, but over time you guys will get it. Believe me, I was confused whenever, not really, like when I got the material, I was like, it's kind of hard to grasp it, but like the more that I read over it, the easier it became as far as me understanding what they're speaking on. Because in all reality, I was already doing it without knowing it, I guess. And so it kind of made more sense. And it's true, because it's like, you have to be pure at heart, especially to be able to do certain things, right? You can't just be negative and have a dark heart and expect to manifest, you know, the right way, especially if you don't want it taken away, or like just for God in general to help assist you, you know, like he's not gonna do anything to hurt anyone else like that, you know. That's not his intention. So if you're coming in with ill intentions like that, of course it's not gonna manifest anything good. Or if he did manifest it, it just gets taken away fast, you know. Or he's not gonna let you manifest if you have a dark heart like that, you know. So I don't know, but I think that's how they were able to do certain things within their civilizations, you know, without having certain tools, you know. That's just my thoughts. I could be wrong, but I just think like that, because they knew a lot of knowledge. They knew a lot of things that we probably don't even know today, you know, especially on how to like create through nature. Oh my God, these bees be around me, so I be wanting to run, but I can't run. But anyway, yeah. So the Tree of Life actually helped, it helped me expand my conscious states to like a more transcendental conscious state, to where I'm like here on earth, but my mind is like in the cosmos, you know. So I could like manifest through 5D, but manifest in a way through 5D to where it would manifest in the 3D. So, but you have to have a higher conscious state to be able to do that. So because if you don't understand it, then you're not going to be able to do it, if that makes sense. So by having the knowledge on how to do it, you know, and how to heighten your conscious states, you know, it's easier to manifest, bring it from the 5D to the 3D, if that makes sense. So I don't know. Even like with like my moods too, like for example, like even if I have like a negative thought, or like anyone try to put me in have a bad, sorry about that, I need to hurry up. But anyway, as I was saying, like if anyone tries to like bring me down, or make me have a bad day, or in general, if I just have a bad day or just like anything irritates me or anything like that, like with me knowing the knowledge on how to polarize my mental states to where it doesn't affect me, then it just increases, it just helps me like not go into a depressive state or have it ruin my whole day, you know, just because I know how to polarize my mental states to a certain level to where if anything would happen, you know, I would still be content, you know, and not freaking out to make it worse. Because you guys notice, like, if you're like, if you guys get really upset about something or someone makes you upset or like bring your day down or something, it's easy to go into the depressive state or being irritated all day. But you notice when you're like that, it just attracts more issues. Like maybe something else will happen to make your day worse, or someone else will give you a bad look, or it just manifests nothing but negativity. So like if you learn how to polarize your mental states to a certain state that you want it to be in at, then you'll be able to keep it at that level to where nothing else, it might irritate you, but it won't irritate you to the point where it'll ruin your whole day, you know, because you know how to like keep yourself at a certain level to where mentally, to where it won't affect you, right? Or your moves or anything for the day, you know. It's all about like polarizing your mind to a certain level to where you want it to be, you know, regardless of anything that happens outside of you, it won't really have an effect, right? And so your mind is really powerful. So that's one thing that I actually do, is polarize my mental states to a certain level so nothing can affect it, you know. At least I was bad. So your mind is really powerful. And so I'll say, like, once you increase your subconscious states, then you'll be able to do a lot more, especially through nature, you know, or at least manifest through nature, or have like the universe work with you, because you understand that you are the universe, because we're all a part of each other, you know. So I don't know. But anyway, I don't want to talk you guys' heads off today. I'm actually just enjoying the outdoors, so that's what I'll be doing today. But hopefully you guys have a great weekend. I didn't even realize it was Saturday. But happy Saturday. And I'm gonna go vibe out for the rest of the day, so hopefully you guys have a great day. And I'll talk to you guys next week. Love you. Bye.